Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. I thought we would just hang out today, maybe do a chatty, get ready with me, something super simple on the eyes. Excuse me, but an overall fun look, I think. If, my vision can be brought to reality. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm super excited just to sit and chat and play makeups. Hopefully you're into that. If you are and you're not subscribed, you totally should. Okay, let's just get into it. For my eyes, I pulled out my original Nomad Air travel palette. I haven't used it in a while, and I thought for what I wanted to do today, this would be fun. But I also pulled out one of my Odin's Eye single eyeshadows. I bought the entire singles collection they launched last year. I ended up sharing some of the shades with my bestest bestie. I think this one is called Laura. Ones I didn't think I'd get a whole lot of use out of that I thought she would, because, if I'm not going to use it, somebody certainly should. So I thought about combining these two palettes. The shimmers in here are beautiful. They are just straight up lovely shimmer eyeshadows. But I wanted to try something I haven't used enough. So mixing and matching. It's what I like to do. I'm gonna take this fluffy Refer 15. I've used it a couple of times, but it's cleaned off. And I'm gonna go into the lightest matte shade called Let's Take Off. And I'm gonna put that through pretty much my entire transition crease, inner to outer. So when I'm filming this, it's actually Memorial Day. And here it is rainy and gross and not cold, but chilly. And we're pretty much stuck inside, which if you've been here for a while, you would know would probably upset me. Except that for the last couple of days, it has been hot and sunny. I got to be outside for 2 full days. All day long, hanging out with the babies, playing. We walked down and got ice cream on Saturday. It was just such a fabulous weekend. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. I'm clearly getting a tan. Doesn't take long, which means I don't know what my base makeups are gonna look like. Hopefully not too wonky. Robert Welsh once told me, personally in a video that only millions of people watched, that you don't have to change your foundation between summer and winter. You just, add more bronzer. And that speaks to my heart. I love bronzer. The more I can use, the better off I think I am. So I'm gonna stick with my usual foundation shade and just pile on the bronzer. I did that last year and it worked out pretty darn well. However, the only difference is last year there was a midwinter cruise in my life and this year there wasn't. So I actually ended up having to purchase lighter foundations. So I think the general principle of the thing still applies. So I'm gonna try it. All right, now we're going to the second darkest shade called Up, Up, and Away. And that's gonna go through my crease, but up past because my eyes are hooded. And I have to take my shades up a little bit higher than someone who doesn't have hooded eyelids. So that's where that's going. Just gonna add some dimension to the look overall. think when I'm done filming this, Mike and I are gonna film a would you rather video, so that'll be fun. Which, I mean, that may even already be up by the time you see this one. I'm not sure in what order they'll go up in, or if he's even gonna want to film with me today, but that was kind of the plan, so we'll see how it goes. We finally got the climbing rope for puppers, I mean, and Cat, but I don't think Cat's gonna be into it. And she doesn't seem to care about it yet. I'm hoping she'll like discover it and want to play, but so far not yet. And I know she can climb. I mean, I watched her climb my curtains in the kitchen, so like, I know she can do it. I think it's just going to be a matter of her discovering it kind of on her own. That's working out great. Nomad mats cannot be faulted. They are absolutely fabulous. I love them with my whole heart. I really wanted to get the new, going in with that first shade, Let's Take Off, just to make sure these are blended nicely. I really wanted to pick up the new collection, but I am trying not to spend like crazy and buy everything. And I did just spend probably too much money on all the melt blushes, but I really had to have those. And the Nomad palettes are not limited edition, so I think it'll be okay. I love Nomad, and I typically buy all of their things as soon as it launches. I really can't. Not this time, or probably even like this year, because we're not loaded and we want to do a cruise, like a long one, many back-to-backs next year. So, you know, you can't have every single thing that you want. But it is a little bit of a bummer because I do love Nomad like so much. I think everything about the brand is amazing. Felicia is so kind. They do good things for the planet. I'm going to take the shade across my entire lid. I know. People say you shouldn't take shimmers into your outer corner of your eye. I say do what makes you happy. And today, I think this is going to make me happy. I can always boop over with a dark matte if I need to. But I did wet my Refer 21 before I dipped into the eyeshadow. So anyway, I would really like to support the brand, but I would really like to spend several weeks cruising the Caribbean next year. Just a little bit more than I want new eyeshadow. Which is a bummer, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. I really did like being on Nomad's PR list. They sent me all the new launches for 2023, and then with every new launch, I purchased the new whatever palette collection, you know, whatever it was, and did a giveaway because I did want to continue supporting the brand, you know, monetarily as well as, you know, with videos and stuff. So that was really fun. But they switch up their like PR list for little YouTubers, or, you know, teeny tiny itty bitty microscopic YouTubers and creators. The big channels, of course, still get all the PR, but I see, you know, from the brand's perspective, you got to do what is going to make your brand money and be successful. So I definitely understand. I really like this. I did not purchase any of the new eyeshadows from Odin's Eye, from their new launch. I like Odin's Eye. I think they make good eyeshadow. But I can honestly say I don't know if it's necessarily anything more spectacular than any other brand, you know, that's making good eyeshadow. I've picked up a few things recently-ish from like the drugstore that is just knock your socks off fantastic. So, you know, I think that everyone has to do what works for them. This is pretty cute. And it was super simple. I've been filming for all of 12 minutes and the eyes are pretty much done. So I think I will go off camera, clean up any fallout that I got, whack on my foundation and powder, probably also my contour and bronzer, and then I'll come back and do blush and highlight and just wrap up the video. Yeah, let's do that. All right, I'm back for my foundation. I'm using the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Powder Balm thingy in shade 1. This has been my shade for a while now. Never used to be. I bought this as a concealer shade and I got real white over the winter. And then my concealer is the KVD Good Apple concealer. I powdered everything with the Too Faced Born This Way translucent powder. It's almost gone, just working my way through it. My bronzer and contour are the Kaleidos Symphony Trio. I really like this, and I just thought it'd be fun to use. I went in with my 2 favorite mascaras if I'm not wearing false lashes. It's the Kill Lash Super Proof Mascara in Long Curling, and then I go over that with a coat of the Huda One Coat Wow mascara. That's all I did off camera. So now we need to do blush and highlight. Hopefully I'm wearing enough bronzer that the pale foundation still looks okay. Oh my goodness, my brain. For blush, I actually picked out 2. I have this Melt Phoenix highlight, which I've never used this as a highlight, but I thought it might be a fun like blush topper type thing to pair with the NYX blush Buttermelt blush in the shade Feeling Butter. This is the shimmering terracotta shade. I love this with my whole heart. So I'm going to apply these. Probably go with the NYX first. And for these NYX blushes, I've been using this little Doe Color 04 brush. I don't know what its intended use is, but it's a pretty, like, not flimsy in a bad way, but like the brushes aren't super firmly packed in there. And just like 1 or 2 boops into the blush and you get a decent amount. I've been using this for these blushes because these blushes are so pigmented. When I don't want, you know, too much crazy blush on, this has been the method of applying it that I really like. Otherwise, the e.l.f. blush brush or the Refer 04 works really, really well. I just think this is such a lovely universal shade. Universal in that you could wear it with almost any look and it's going to work because it's, I don't know, it feels like a no color shade. You know what I mean? Like it just adds a bit of color, but not, I don't think I'm explaining it right. I don't know, I just think it looks so nice and can work with anything. My under eyes are still naked, so it's gonna look a little wonky until I get that done. Now I'm gonna take the same brush and go into the melt and apply that up here. I've never used this, so I don't know anything about it. It pretty much looks the same, only maybe a bit darker. Which, you know, if I didn't have this NYX blush, I could see that being handy, but I'm probably going to declutter this. Okay, nobody panic. There's a cat hair trying to get into my eye and it's messing with my contact. Hold, please. Okay, crisis averted. Every time it happens, I run for a spoolie. Well, not really run, but you know what I mean. Because you can kind of just move it around your eyelashes, and if there's a hair, it will catch it. I got a hair in my eye one day. It was awful. I had my contacts in. It was brutal, and I finally got it out and like brought it out to show my, like, this was in my eye. It's amazing how you can have a cat hair in there and still, I don't know, sort of be able to function. I'm just going to buff over where I put my bronzer and blush with the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop mattifying powder. This has been my buffing powder of late because my other ones I typically use are, or have been, too dark. I think I should be able to start using them again here very soon. So, okay, that's that for now. For highlight, again, chose something I haven't used in a while, or at least that I can remember having used. It's the House Labs Fruit Gel Powder Highlighter. This was the special like edition one for Casa Gaga, I think was what it was. So this is what we're using for highlight today. I was trying to go for, you know, something bronzy and warm and summery, and I thought this highlight would definitely fit the bill. So that's why, I'm not even sure if I actually said I was going for like warm summer bronzy, but that's what I was doing. I'm going to go back into the Nomad palette and use the shade Up, Up and Away, and then I'll use the Let's Take Off shade to blend it out. But these are just gonna go underneath my lower lashes. The darker one first, nice and close to my lower lash line. I lined both my upper and lower water lines with the brown eyeliner from NYX. I wanted to keep it all very brown and bronzy. And I'm going to go with that lighter shade and just kind of messily, actually, blend out that darker brown. Nothing wild and crazy, just blend it nicely, messily. I think I like that. I really think I would like the hairs to stop trying to work their way into the orifices on my face. That would be lovely. I think I want to take the Melt blush just a little bit closer to my eyeshadow. Right out here. Yeah, I just like how it kind of, I don't know, all blends together. And then there's no like weird naked spaces. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Am I making any sense? I think it looks okay. Now all we have left is to highlight the rest of the bits and lower lash mascara and a lip. So I'm taking the same highlighter on this little Wayne Goss pencil brush. This is the number 7. This is from one of his older launches. Not the oldest one. I missed that one. I don't even think I knew who he was when that came out. But, you know, just the usual spots. This is definitely a highlighter that is too dark for me when I'm very pale. But I should be able to use it during the summer. All right, I'm going to go off camera, probably blend over my blush one more time with the finishing powder, do my lip, lower lash line mascara, and I'll come back and we can wrap this up. All right, I'm done. This is the finished look. Do you want to up close the eyes? There we go, done and dusted. I really like all the products I used. I don't typically bust out my single eyeshadows very often, so I want to start making a more concerted effort to do that because they're nice. I just forget about them. And I love this look. It's rainy and gross outside, but it's definitely feeling very summery and I'm excited about it. Not the weather, the summery look. We had 2 nice days. I'm really not complaining. But if we have too many more rainy days, I might get complaining again. All right, I'm gonna leave this here. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.